Assalamu alaikum guys. Today I am going to teach you next third topic of philosophy. And how are you all? I hope you will be well. So let's start today's topic. Methods of philosophy. Philosophy employs various methods to explore fundamental questions and concepts. Here are some key methods. इसमें सबसे पहले इंक्लूड है डिडक्टिव रीजनिंग एंड इंडक्टिव रीजनिंग. नाउ वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट द methods of philosophy. First of all, deductive reasoning. Definitions. Deductive reasoning involves starting with general premises and reaching a specific conclusion. If the premises are true and the reasoning is valid, the conclusion must also be true. We know about the reasoning involves starting with general premises. What means the general premises? We see that general premises are the basic ideas or statements or facts that serve as the foundation for an argument or conclusion. They are like starting points that support the reasoning and helping you arrive at a final conclusion or decision. Guys, understand it? Next, we will discuss the example. All humans are mortal. That is general premise. Next point, Socrates is a human. That is specific case. Next, therefore Socrates is a mortal. That is conclusion. Next, we see the characteristics of deductive reasoning. First, offers a certainty when the premises are true. Okay. Certainty. What means a certainty? Certainty means something that cannot be doubted. Next, characteristics often used in formal logic and mathematicians. What is formal logic? Is concerned with the structure of argumentation, not their contents. This focus on the argumentation, not their content. Third, hypothesis, useful for testing hypotheses or theories. Guys, you know the concept of hypothesis. I understand it. The hypothesis deductive method is a scientific method that uses deductive reasoning to test hypotheses and check if predictions are supported by a real world data. Next, we define the inductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning involves drawing general conclusions based on specific observation or evidence. The conclusions reached are probable rather than certain. We covered the inductive reasoning definitions with the proper examples. If you want to study the relationship between stress and health, you can use deductive reasoning to design an experiment or survey. Next, we see the examples of inductive reasoning. The sun has risen in the east every day observed. That is specific instances. Second, therefore the sun will rise in the east tomorrow. That is general conclusion. Next, we discuss about the characteristics of deductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning, first, conclusions can be strong or weak depending on the evidence. Induction can be strong or weak. If an inductive argument is strong, the truth of the premise would mean that the conclusion is likely. If an argument is weak, then the logic connecting the premises and conclusion is incorrect. Next, commonly used in scientific method to formulate hypotheses and theories. It uses a bottom-up method in which research starts with specific observation and then moves on to more general theories or ideas. Now, third point, emphasizing patterns and trends rather than absolute certainty. Now we look at the difference between the logic, inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. First of all, is certainty. What is certainty? Deductive reasoning led to a certain conclusion, while inductive reasoning leads to probable conclusion. Then we explain the proper example to understand the certainty in deductive and inductive reasoning. In deductive reasoning, if a beverage is defined as drinkable through a straw, then you can use deduction to conclude that soap is a beverage. Next, in inductive reasoning, we see that to reach general conclusions that are likely but not guaranteed. Example, if you observe all of your friends happily consuming soap, you can intuce that soap is tasty. Next, analytical method. Direction of logic first पढ़ेंगे हम इसकी सॉरी डायरेक्शन ऑफ लॉजिक में आते हैं. डिडक्शन रिस्पॉन्सिंग goes from reasoning goes from general to specific, while inductive reasoning goes from specific to general. Third, analytical method. Mm, that is the third method of philosophy. Analytical method involves breaking down complex ideas into simpler components to clarify meanings and relationship. This method is often used in logic and language. What is analytical method? We see the complete concept about the analytical method. Method philosophy is a style of philosophy that emphasizes clarity of expression and logical argumentation. It often focuses on language and the analysis of concept. Next, we see the purpose. In analytical philosophy, philosophers use the analytical method to uncover truths of the world, reality that are covered with linguistic ambiguity. Next, dialectical method, a form of dialogue or debate where opposing viewpoints are explored to uncover truths. This method was notably used by the Socrates and later by Hegel. In this dialectical method, the Socratic method is a form of argumentative dialogue between individuals based on asking and answering questions. Next, phenomenological method focus on subjective experiences and the structure of consciousness. Developed by thinkers like Husserl, it aims to understand how things appear to us. In phenomenological methods, phenomenology views the lived experience of humans being as the ultimate source of all meaning and values. Next, empirical method. Students, I hope you all understand it easily. Utilizes observation and experimentation to drive knowledge closely aligned with the scientific method. Philosophers like Joseph Stuart will integrate empirical approaches into their work. An empirical method, the scientific method, is the process that involves collecting new data to test existing theories and models. This goal is to expand human knowledge by establishing the strengths and limits of the theories. Next, hermeneutic method. In hermeneutic method, the theory and methodology of interpretation of biblical text, wisdom's literature, philosophy, and context. Actually, we define hermeneutic method in this context according to emphasizing interpretation, particularly of texts and cultural phenomena. This method existential and interpretive philosophy. We see what is hermeneutic method, the theory and methodology of interpretation of biblical text, wisdoms and literature and philosophical context. It may include the art of understanding and communication between individuals. Next, historical method analyzes philosophical ideas in the context of their historical development, considering how context influences thoughts. In historical method, we see about our main idea. If we see the concept of historical method is the collection of techniques and guidelines that historians use to research and write histories of the past. Next, we discuss about the critical method engages in rigorous questioning and critiques of ideas often associated with the works of Kant and later critical theorists. Critical theories. What mean critical? A worldview that challenges the idea of a single truth and aims to understand human experiences to bring about social change. What is intuitive method? In intuitive method relies on insights and intuitions about philosophical problems which can guide more systematic inquiry. In intuitive method, guys, we understand about this concept. This method are simple procedure by which an agent evaluate the morality of an action with ease and in a very short period of time. Now we see the last method of philosophical pragmatic method focus on the practical implications and effects of ideas stemming from pragmatist philosophers like William James and John Dewey. Now we understand the concept of pragmatism is a philosophical method that emphasizes the practical usefulness and consequences of ideas and beliefs. Now, each method offers unique insights and can be used individually or in combination to tackle with philosophical questions. After reading all the questionings methods of philosophy, we have an idea of how these methods of philosophy combat with philosophical questions. Now, guys, I hope after reading this topic you will have a complete understanding of methods of philosophy, and if you like my videos and it is very helpful for you, please don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell icon. Next video inshallah I will bring it soon as soon possible. Allah Hafiz.